How many of you are great listeners and know that you're a good listener because you consciously do it? Right? You make a point to consciously do it, right? How many of you realize that whatever it is you're good at, okay, is just an example of what is possible for you? Because if you can do good in one area of your life, you can do great in other areas as well. It's the same exact mindset that allows you to excel in one area as it does in another. I'll give you an example. How many of you have had a job in the past? Okay, I'm kind of on the border. I haven't had a job really in 22 years. Now, thank you. Because I made a decision when I was just getting out of college, after I failed my accounting class 3 times, by a guy whose tie came up to his 3rd button, drove a 1968 Toyota Celica, and was trying to teach me about finances and how to make and keep money in this accounting class, and I just wasn't buying it. So I made a decision when I was in college to never have to answer to somebody else again. The real story behind that is I was a personal trainer for one of the country's largest health clubs. And I was a sales trainer, meaning I was actually in sales for personal trainers. I would have the client come in the office or the member, and I would sell them on personal training packages. And I got so busy, I couldn't do all the training myself. And that was a light bulb for me because I really couldn't afford to sell packages and keep giving, the commissions to the trainer who was going to do it. And I realized that was not going to work for me for the rest of my life. But I showed up to work one day, and I'll speed up here so we can get through some of my content. But I showed up to work one day, and if you notice, I don't shave certain parts of my face. Well, I discovered that in college, that you don't have to shave at all. So I grew a goatee, and I showed up one day, and I got sent home for not being clean-shaven by my manager, who had a mustache. So I thought, this is so backwards. I said, I am not doing this shit anymore. And so I went in the next day after I lost my day's worth of pay, and I brought in my keys, and I said, this is my 2-second and my 2-minute notice. Thank you very much. And I never worked another damn day in my life. Simply because I made the decision that I was crossing the line and I wasn't going back. Now, sure, I attempted to make extra money. There were things that I did in the interim between the time that I left corporate work and became full-time as an entrepreneur. I actually started my own business, okay? I was just literally following the tip of my nose. I didn't know where I was going every day. I knew the direction I was headed, but I didn't know what I was going to have to do to get there. And see, I started out saying earlier, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Here's the key, is that you're going to come up against things along the way every day that you don't know about. You're going to learn about new things every day. You're going to be challenged, confused, frustrated, and sometimes you're going to feel alone. And you're going to feel like, well, I'm not so sure if this is working. Here's the key to all of it, right? When you are absolutely certain that you don't know anything, you're on your way to becoming somebody that you've never been before. When you're absolutely certain that you realize that you know that you don't know, it's okay. It's called surrendering. It's called allowing yourself to be human. It's realizing